Cross isn't the only sport that's bigger in Europe than mainland Scotland. Another is the Olympic discipline of biathlon, cross-country skiing and shooting. But that's changing. In the Highlands, there's one of only two non-army clubs, the Cairngorm Biathlon and Nordic Ski Club. They have their home at Glenmore Lodge, Scotland's national outdoor training centre. These young people are taking up a sport that originated in Norway and is now almost 150 years old. But what makes the local youngsters so enthusiastic about it?
It's not like any other sport, it's different.
It's a very good sport for keeping yourself fit, and it's adventurous, so you can go to other countries.
It's such an adrenaline rush from the speed and everything, and you get so fit out of doing it.
Training these youngsters today is Mike Dixon. A former Olympian, he has no illusions about the complexity of this sport.
With cross-country skiing, it's so physically demanding, so all the major muscle groups are used. So the kids are going to be skiing around the 300-metre loop twice, so 600 metres, definitely getting out of breath. Their heartbeat is going to be about 20 below maximum. And then coming in and trying to control the transfer from that very hard physical to the tranquil calmness of shooting.
So there's two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
one of them's mine.
that's your group, Fiona. That's Marsha's group. Obviously, one of your shots are in there. Marsha, I'm going to take your sights up 7 and left 3.
So you're
okay.
take me back onto my group.
Fiona, we're going to take you up
and back on.
15 and right 5. Okay.
The session today, it's really trying to get the kids more aware of the positional training. So coming down onto the shooting mat, just to focus on themselves. So to begin with, we'll go through dry drills, as it's called, rifle on, rifle off, into position, just to get the awareness of the position training and repeat that many times. And then we're going to take that to the physical level, where they're going to be skiing around together. And again, there's a sense of pressure there of like racing each other. Then they're coming in to hit the targets again.
There's a lot of pressure when you have loads of people coming in either side of you when you're trying to stay stable and shoot. So it's quite hard to keep that focused.
When you come in, once you've done your lap, you're quite tired, and then you have to go and pick up a really heavy gun to shoot, and it's knackering you.
Obviously your heart's beating so fast, but it's hard to keep the rifle level, and that's where the challenge comes mainly.
You have to be able to control your breathing from pushing very hard, which is one of the hardest things about biathlon. So when you line up to take your shot, you hold your breath when you're out, completely out of breath, and then take your 5 shots. And by that time, you're completely out of breath. You need to keep gasping, then you have to start all over again and go round and round, which is very hard.
I was very lucky. I found the sport by accident. I didn't know the sport existed. And then I got a chance to take part in it while I was in the army. And I went on to compete in 1 Olympics in cross-country skiing, and then 5 Olympics in biathlon. And it's quite strange. I got close to medals at the Olympics a number of times. We race 120 athletes at the Olympics. And many coaches said to me over my career, they said, if you'd only started younger. And I've always been convinced that kids in Britain can compete with the best on cross-country skis.
I don't tend to look too much into the future. So right now, I'm only really looking until next week when I go to Austria.
I'm first in my age group, but there's not many girls in my age group.
I'd like to take it as far as I can really, because I think it's such a great sport and I love doing it.
If I carried on doing well, I would love to go into Olympics and start racing properly competitive in other countries. But it depends how well I do at this sort of stage.
I see these kids as having so much more potential than I had. But it's down to them. They need to want to take it further. And they have, a number of them have been to the British Championships and international races, so they're getting a feel for it. So I honestly believe that if any one of the group really want to make it to the Olympics, but they have to want to do it, they could even take it to that standard. I absolutely believe it.